So Éric, we got to know you last year, I think.
Yeah.
And we proudly led a $75 million round in January.
And I thank you for that.
Which is, and the reason we did that is because we think what you're developing is a hugely transformational piece of technology that is going to change the way, the shape and the way we do things in the future. And that's the sort of investment we like to make. But you started Ledger, I think, in 2014. And we'll talk about a little bit about where you are today in a few minutes. But just walk me through the story of starting and then 3 years later raising a $75 million round. How did that go?
Well, when we started, it was not easy at the beginning because we come from the secure hardware industry, and our product is a device, and it's about having a safe for crypto assets. Crypto assets are the easiest assets, values to be stolen in the world. And we came with a physical solution at the time where everything was in the cloud. So the initial reaction was like a misunderstanding. Yeah, you're crazy. Why do you want to put in my pocket a device? I don't want a device. But we continue to believe in this vision that the only way to secure crypto assets was through isolation of the private keys, the bearer bonds of the blockchain technology inside the secure chips. And so for 2 years, we just continue to talk about our technology, to be in all the trade shows and everything. And when the crypto market started really to grow, well, everyone started to ask themselves, how do I store the crypto? Yep. And so we really had a very, very strong traction on the market with that. And this is how in a few months we came from a company with about 20 persons to now 200. So it was a crazy ride.
Fantastic, fantastic. And now I think you've kind of sold 1.5 million units today.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a big number.
Yes.
And I guess all over the world.
Yeah, 165 countries.
165 countries, right?
Crypto is everywhere.
But this is the start, right? So where does this go? Where's the, I mean, in the ups and downs of blockchain, crypto, and Bitcoin over the last 12 months, where's the long-term vision? Where does this go in the next 3 to 4 years?
Well, what we have developed is really a foundational technology. Our core techno is a secure operating system for embedded hardware, so it's very technological. And the first step was to build this digital safe for cryptocurrencies. So it was more for individuals, and it was more like a consumer electronics play. The second step that we have started already 1 year ago and that we are pushing on the market now is solution to secure crypto assets for enterprises. So it's much bigger safes with server side and the idea of governance, multi-signature, time lock, so our customers are hedge funds, financial institutions. And the third step is really to deploy our technology into the Internet of Things to help connected objects to secure their transactions. And so ultimately, in 5 years, what Ledger aims to be is a technological leader for infrastructure and security in the space of blockchain and cryptocurrency. So we really have a very strong roadmap, and we are executing step by step. And that's why, by having this big vision, we needed to secure a large round of financing.
Fantastic. So just to go off piece for a second. So when you, there's got to be a balance there, because that's a challenge that's both a technology challenge, but also it's a marketing challenge, because it's about trust, right?
Yes.
And how do you balance those two challenges?
It's very difficult because we are dealing with a product which helps secure assets, and our customers, usually they don't even understand cryptocurrencies. They don't understand the notion of security. All that is very complex. You have the early adopters, of course, who understand, but when you sell 1.5 million devices, you have a large part of your customers who really don't understand anything. So it's all about user experience, it's all about trust, because often our customers are just terrified to use our product, because if they don't do the right setup, if they think that if they do a mistake, they are going to lose some money, because they have huge responsibilities. So the big challenge of Ledger is really to be able to have the best user experience possible, and at the end give the peace of mind that our customers are looking for.
So I understand that when we actually funded the B round, that we kind of gave the funds on a ledger stick, so that kind of shows our trust in the tech, right?
Yes.
So So here's a question for you. So this is I mean, as in most industries which are huge, where there's a huge opportunity, there's always challenges, right? And this year has been an interesting year for blockchain, crypto, and Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Marco, our host, and I share one thing in common. We're ex-investment bankers, and we saw the rise and the fall of the internet, the dot-com bubble, right? And I think you were around in those days as well, because you're a second or third-time entrepreneur, right? Yeah. So as you think about how blockchain and crypto in particular, and security, as that develops over the next 3 to 4 years, I mean, where do you think where do you see the first point of success is going to come from? Where are the applications that you're going to see this technology really be used in mass market usage?
So right now, when we think about cryptocurrencies, it's all about speculation.
Yep.
And that's why we have seen all these ups and downs, and it's very difficult to predict the future. And a lot of people are asking themselves, okay, what's the next use case? What are we going to do? When are we going to see the blockchain technology in some use cases that are not like Bitcoin?
Right.
And my prediction is about tokenization. Like the power of blockchain is to be able to put direct native tokenization, direct native trust on the IP, on the internet protocol. And I think one of the next use case we are going to see, and it's in the next months, so maybe in 1 year, is tokenization of our money, of euro, of dollars. We call that stable coins.
Yep.
And it's really a way to be able to transact in pounds, in euros, in a native way over the internet protocol. So you do not require to go to a different back office or financial backbone. You can create financial applications directly, natively, because money, euro, can be programmed. And we are seeing more and more stable coins popping up. It's like a cryptocurrency, but pegged to the euro, pegged to the dollars, using some reserves or some algorithm. And so I believe that it's going to give the power to new fintechs to create a new backbone where you can transact completely independently from the legacy system. And since you can do smart contracts in euros, in dollars, you can really build these applications about parametrical insurance, for instance. The technology, of course, needs to scale, because the big question is, how do you scale the blockchain technology? Right now on Bitcoin, you can only do a few transactions per second, but there is a lot of research and development on that. And so I believe that with the tokenization of money, we will see use cases that can be used by everyone, and not necessarily by knowing that it's built on the blockchain technology.
Right, fantastic, fantastic. And so, I mean, this is an exciting time to be building a technology company in Europe, right? I mean, I think what's interesting is that tech is massively disrupting huge industries. Financial services is one of them, travel is another. But what are the challenges? I mean, I guess, how do you find hiring great people? Is that a challenge these days? The French market, Paris in particular, all of a sudden is really fashionable. We're about to do our 3rd deal in Paris this year. So, we're investing, but a lot of the other big funds are investing as well. Are you finding it challenging as well?
So the Parisian space for startup has evolved a lot.
Yeah.
With the change of the new president. We call that the Macron effect. Yeah, it gave a lot of attention to France and all the startup scene. And it's true that we are seeing more and more large investments into French startups. So I think it's something that is very positive for France. And regarding all the challenges that we have, recruiting is always complicated. But as we are an international company, we are also trying to extend. So for instance, our CFO is a US from the United States. We ask him to come here. So in order to achieve great execution and hire the best people, you sometimes have really to open all the scale of where you can hire people, and that's how you can build to a great company, by having people coming from all over the planet.
I mean, I see it this out. I mean, so many of the people I knew 10, 15 years ago who left Paris and came to London, or left Paris and went to Silicon Valley, are basically coming back now.
Yeah,
they're being dragged back by,
trying to drag them
by
back,
good
yes.
weather and good wine and
yeah.
all the things. Fantastic.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tremendous.
Thank you.